Hey, Eric.
Hey, Brandon. So, I got a little update here. I've had some stuff on my mind. A lot of people ask me, why the Bundy Ranch was so important, and why the Hammonds were so important, and why Malheur was so important. And so I wrote some stuff out here real quick, and I'd just like to share it with everybody. In light of the federal government's treatment of the Bundys and the Hammonds, can the public still believe that life, liberty, and property of ordinary, hardworking U.S. citizens is still being protected from unaccountable and distant federal bureaucracies, such as the BLM and the U.S. Forest Service? Central to this concern is the growing question regarding the constitutional legitimacy of the federal government's claim of ownership and title to the vast majority of Western lands. The U.S. government disproportionately claims ownership of approximately 50% of all land in the 11 Western states, as well as more than 60% of Alaska, while claiming only 4% in the other 39 states combined. That is not equal footing we are promised. The United States claims permanent ownership of 66.5% inside Utah, 53% in Oregon, 61.7% in my home state of Idaho, and a staggering 81.1% in the state of Nevada, in which I grew up in. For 150 years, the federal government maintained a policy of disposing of public land. The result was that state government had complete jurisdiction of nearly all the territory within its borders, giving those states the same opportunity for settlement, economic development, preservation and conservation of parks and recreation areas, and the promotion of culture and commerce that the original states received. Western states cannot fully advance commerce. They cannot develop the tax base necessary to fund schools, build roads, finance higher education, nor does the private citizen have the opportunity for economic growth, which has led to a level of poverty that is unacceptable. An individual has a direct interest in objecting to laws that upset the constitutional balance between the national government and the states, when the enforcement of those laws cause injury that is concrete, particular, and redressable. Bond versus the United States, 2011. Now it seems when a man stands up for himself, he's targeted and destroyed. Good men are wrongfully imprisoned, facing literally over 100 years in charges for constitutionally standing up to a lawless, faceless bureaucracy. I'm here. I will not stand down, and we will not be scared into taking a plea deal. We need our elected officials. We need our fellow citizens. I ask, which side of history will you be on? I ask, what else can be the response when federalism is allowed to fail under unproven claims of federal land ownership that increasingly amounts to tyranny? This is what Justice Robert warned about when he cited James Madison in Federalist Number 45. The framers thus ensured the powers which in the ordinary course of affairs concern the lives, liberties, and properties of the people were held by governments more local and more accountable than a distant federal bureaucracy. Now think about that. They're telling us how to manage, they're claiming ownership, and basically, it amounts to what I call tyrannical legislation, and also I'd like to point out that everything Ammon did at Malheur was adverse possession. It wasn't an armed takeover. It was adverse possession, and I encourage everybody to go look that up. This is Eric Parker, 3% of Idaho.
The caller has hung up.